Good evening to all our students and parents, and good evening to you as well, and very early morning to you, Catherine. Today we are here together with Western University with us. We are going to be hosting the exclusive webinar for our students. And today we have Miss Catherine Annie Russell. She is under the International Admissions Department, and today who will be giving us all the information and and obviously addressing the Q&A. Myself, Miss Pranali Damankar, I am part of Gyanberry and will also be hosting the webinar. So, as in everybody is aware what Gyanberry does. So, Gyanberry is the partner university with Western, and as Gyanberry, we help students with one-on-one personalized assistance and guidance throughout the admission process. Our assistance is free of charge for all our students. Uh, the only reason why we don't charge is because they are our partner. But definitely, the students will have to pay the application fee to the university if there are any. We also have our service, which is called Super Mentor, which is part our Gyanberry services. For students and parents who don't know what is Super Mentor, it's basically the service which we as Gyanberry are providing with the help of senior students who are at the moment currently studying with the existing universities. In this case, it's Western University. So the future students or the potential students who are wanting to get more information from the students, especially the existing students, which is the senior students, can take one-on-one mentoring from them. This will help all the students and parents who want to understand exactly apart from Ganberry and the university delegate. So today's agenda is 60 minutes. The presentation will be for 30 minutes and followed by the Q&A session, which will be for 20-25 minutes. So I will not take any more time and I will hand over the presentation to be taken by Kate so that she can take all of us through the presentation. Over to you, Kate.
Perfect. Thank you so much for having me today and for the introduction. So my name's Kate Russell. I work for our international recruitment team at Western. And really today is just to provide you with more information to see if Western could be a good fit for you. To start off, I just want to situate us within Canada. So what are some reasons why you might consider studying in Canada? It's easy to feel at home in Canada due to its rich cultural diversity. In fact, about 25% of the people living in Canada are actually born outside the country. They bring their cultures, foods, traditions with them. So it's easy to find a familiar community and tastes from back home as well. In Canada, you can also embark on work opportunities even while you're a student. So you're able to work on or off campus, providing you with experience and preparing you for the workforce upon graduation. We also have the opportunity for eligibility for a 3-year postgraduate work permit, which allows students to stay in the country, gain experience, and work their way towards citizenship if that's something that's of interest to them. In terms of where we are, so we're in the province of Ontario. So we're in the city of London. London is about 2 hours away from Toronto and about 2 hours away from the Detroit-US border. We're close to the Great Lakes, Niagara Falls. We experience 4 full seasons, so beaches in the summer, snow in the winter. London's easy to get around, especially as a student. You'll have a bus pass, can travel all over the city. And when you're looking to travel to neighboring cities or countries, we do have buses, trains, even planes. We do have our London International Airport, which does have many connecting flights through Toronto as well. So pretty easy to get in and out of the city. We are the major large-sized city within southwestern Ontario. So we have a population of just under 400,000 people, and about 10% of people living in the city are actually Western students. So the nice thing about this is that the city itself is really catered towards that student population. We're also known as the Forest City. So we have over 200 parks, bike paths, green spaces. So offering the amenities of a big city, with spaces to enjoy nature and the outdoors. So it's really a nice mix and balance between the two. It also offers the amenities of a larger city at a more affordable price point, say compared to larger cities such as Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal. So it allows, to get the city experience without living in one of those large major cities. As a student, many of the businesses, organizations are really catered towards students. So offering, deals, discounts, activities, events downtown for our student population. So when considering the location, of course, the city itself is important, but you also want to think about the university campus. So what are you looking for in a campus? Something large, small? Western is considered a large size campus. We do have over 40,000 students, but the nice thing about our campus is it is contained, meaning all of the buildings, everything is together. So once you step foot, it kind of operates like a mini city in itself. It has all of the amenities you might need in first year, like eateries, a medical clinic, grocery store, even a movie theater, recreation center, all right on campus, and really offers a nice balance between modern amenities, but the real historic and architectural buildings of the campus. Western University is ranked in the top 1% of universities in the world. We're also home to one of the most beautiful campuses. We offer lots of opportunities for employment. And in fact, upon graduation, we do rank 43rd worldwide in graduate employability. So certainly making sure that our students are well informed and well prepared for graduation and employment is an important part of the services that we offer. I mentioned that we are a large size student body. So we do have over 40,000 students coming from 128 countries. So certainly a lot of diversity within our campus. When you're looking at Western, we have a lot of unique programs and choices that you can choose coming from high school. We offer over 400 choices for specializations, majors, minors, so a lot of flexibility to choose the degree that you want to study. We also offer flexibility to combine subject areas, so through double majors, major and minor, and so on. And you can do this in completely different subject areas. So say you were interested in English in the Faculty of Arts and biology in the Faculty of Science. Those might be very different subject areas, but there's opportunities for you to kind of mix and match and study multiple interest areas that you are looking for. We also offer combined degrees. So you can combine your degree with one of our Western professional faculties and receive 2 degrees in 5 years' time. The most popular choice of this being our Ivy Business School. For now, you just need to decide on the faculty or first entry program to apply. And these are the following options since we offer a common first year. So you're applying for that faculty level and then choosing your major or specialization at the end of your first year. We have arts, music and media, science, medical science and engineering, health science, kinesiology and nursing, social science, and within that, our day in management and organizational studies program, which is one of the options to study business at Western. In this area, you'll be able to enter the program directly in first year, and then you would specialize in an area of business such as finance or accounting going into your second year. The other option that we have for business is our IB Business School. This is considered a second entry program, meaning you need to do a little bit of school first. So it's a program that starts in year 3 of university. After you finish 2 years of your undergrad, you can start in almost any program for your first 2 years, and then progress on to business for years 3 and 4. We also have additional second entry programs, things like education, law, medicine, dentistry. If you're thinking of any of these programs down the road, there are opportunities, but you do need to complete an undergraduate degree first. But just important to know that we do offer these down the road. Once you've decided on the programs you're interested in applying for, the next steps you'll want to follow are preparing for the application, how to actually submit it, and then what to do after you apply. In terms of the important dates to point out, March 1st is our early consideration deadline for international applicants. So we recommend applying well in advance of this date, as well as getting in all of your documents by this date as well. So let's get into each of these steps a little bit further. In terms of the requirements for Western is primarily a grades-based application. So there's minimal supplemental forms that are required. The first thing you'll want to do is review your admission requirements. You can see by most recent curriculum, followed by international high school applicant, that there's a long list of countries and curriculums around the world. If you select the country or curriculum that you're studying, you'll be able to see the specific requirements that are needed for that area. You'll also be able to see program-specific requirements. So for example, if there's certain prerequisite courses in math or science that you need to apply for that specific program, those will be listed on the website as well. When you open up a country, for example, I have India up on the screen here. For what you'd be looking to send in, it'll list all of the documents that we will request. So for India, for example, we would request the results of mid-year standard 12, the results of your standard 10. You can submit your predicted scores if they're available, but they're not required. And we may request proof of English proficiency. And again, those program specific requirements will be listed as well. In terms of English language proficiency, typically it's requested if it's not an applicant's first language. However, there are some exemption criteria as well. So if you've been studying in English language school for at least 4 years, you are eligible for exemption. In terms of that request, we do have a waiver process that we can get into detail on our website as well in terms of how to submit that request. We encourage you to write a test at the earliest possible date and at the latest before March 2022. Tests completed before January 1st of 2020 won't be accepted, as we only accept tests within the past 2 years. Mentioning those additional deadlines. So I mentioned that March 1st deadline is the key deadline to keep in mind, but a few others just to point out are our major scholarship deadline is February 14th. And then if there is a program that you're applying to that requires some sort of supplemental application, it should be listed up on the screen here. That's for programs that are more hands-on in nature. So for example, visual arts, music, those types of programs will require auditions or portfolios. And a few programs to point out, our engineering program does have an optional profile that you can fill out in terms of enhancing your application. And if you're interested in the Ivy Business School, that does require a separate application as well. So those are some important ones to note. In terms of actually submitting the application, you'll be able to do that on the Ontario University Application Centre. This is where you can apply to Western or any other university in Ontario. The undergraduate 105 category is for all students who are studying outside Ontario. So that's the one that you'd want to select. After you submit that application, there's no documents that are collected for Western on this portal. This portal is simply it sends the application to Western with your application program choices. And then you'll get an email from Western to set up your student center. The student center will look something like this. Basically, it will have your program choices. In this case, it's social sciences. And then it'll have a list of to-do items. So on that to-do list, it shows you all of the different documents that you might need to send in as an applicant and explains how to submit those. When you click on See Details, it'll show you a description of each item to be able to understand what's needed. So you can see that the student has applied. You can see that they're still missing information. You can see the status, whether when you're admitted or accepted your offer, that will change. And important, that to-do list. As I mentioned, when you click on See Details, it'll open up. Everything can be submitted either through an upload option or we have a digital form that can be filled out. So for example, in the case of India curriculum, we require a digital form to be filled out by your counselor. So you're able to send them the link to this, and then they can easily input your mid-year grades. If you also have, mock exams, if it's a final grade, predicted grade, all of that information can be submitted here. So that's an example of a digital form that we might require. So to switch gears a little bit, that covers pieces of the admissions criteria. But let's look a little bit more at Western student life. So in terms of the Western experience, student life is not only built on strong academics, but also on all of those opportunities outside of the classroom as well. So for example, Western has over 200 student clubs for students to explore, or students interested in entrepreneurship. Western has our Morrison Institute. That allows students to have opportunities to work with coaches, have an incubator, accelerator, opportunities for co-working space, seed funding, all of those opportunities if perhaps you have a business idea. In terms of other ways to get involved, We do have leadership position activities that could be through a club, or it could be through more formal programming and workshops that we offer to develop leadership skills. In terms of academic support, we have many available, such as academic counseling, writing support, learning strategies, and lots of workshops, especially in your first year, to help you with that transition to university writing, to multiple choice tests, all of those things that might be new. There's also an on-campus student healthcare clinic to care for our students' mental and physical health needs and promote their wellness so that they can thrive during their time at Western. Another great support service specifically for our international students is our International and Exchange Student Center. So this is a great source of support and a hub for student life on campus. It's a place to form connections, get advice on matters such as immigration and advising. And one of our most popular programs is our peer guide program. So it's where you're basically you apply to be matched with an upper year student. They can show you around campus. Typically they're in the same program and basically help point you towards events, resources, and smooth that transition. Besides that, we do offer over 100 workshops and programs each year for our students to help them, meet each other, to help them with the transition to Canada, and so on. Outside of IAC events, there's also endless ways to get involved and connect with students who share similar passions. Right from week one, there's orientation activities to help you get acquainted with campus and to meet other students. We have over 200 student clubs, some based on cultural beliefs, others on political interests. Some are based on hobbies and activities, and some are based on academic goals. Maybe you're passionate about giving back to the community and volunteering. There's several chapters of local not-for-profits on campus and in London, and also ways to volunteer outside in the larger, Canadian community and abroad as well. Maybe you're passionate about sports and fitness. Westerns has one of the best recreation facilities in the country. And we also have a large sports community with over 40 varsity teams with many open tryouts that students can participate in. We also have one of the largest intramural programs in the country to offer opportunities at a lower level if you're looking to not necessarily be a varsity athlete. It's important to consider, what are you interested in outside of the classroom? Does the university offer these opportunities for you to grow your passions outside of academics? At Western, there's over 20 ways to gain experience outside of the classroom. Things such as internships can give you an opportunity to be in one workplace for up to 16 months. Community engaged learning offers courses for you to take in the community to help an organization, entrepreneurship, but the point is, no matter what program you select at Western, there's some opportunity for you to get that hands-on experience. We also have over 8,000 employers who come to recruit directly at Western, both as throughout the students' education and upon graduation with job fairs as well. Some experiences start as early as second year, and many of them will happen in your upper years. You can mix and match multiple experiences as well to make your degree work for you in terms of what you're looking for. Residence can be a great choice for first-year students. It's conveniently right on campus. You'll have supportive community to lean on, special academic programming, and residence is guaranteed for all students who receive an offer by mid-May. So basically, as long as you're applying by the deadlines, applying on time, and receive that offer, that residence is guaranteed for students coming directly from high school. We have 3 different styles of residence: traditional, which could be a single room or you and a roommate sharing communal washrooms on the floor. It could be a suite style where a number of rooms, single rooms, share kind of a kitchen and a living area and bathroom. Or it could be a hybrid style where you might have a roommate or it might be a single room sharing a bathroom, but not that kitchen living area. No matter what style you choose, they all offer the same amenities. And we do find that students who live in residence perform academically better in their first year, typically in part due to the academic supports and programming that are offered directly in our residence system. In terms of the amenities that we offer, no matter what building you're placed in, you have access to all of these amenities, such as dining halls, 24-hour front desk support, workout rooms, music practice rooms, study lounges, and more, really making sure that that first year transition goes as smooth as possible and you have all the resources that you need to succeed. To switch gears a little bit here, in terms of our tuition and fees, our annual tuition fees vary by program. For this current academic year, they range from just over 38,000 Canadian to approximately 52,000 Canadian. Programs such as engineering and business are on the higher end, while all other programs such as arts, social sciences are going to be on that lower end. And we do have a specific breakdown on our website as well if you're interested in seeing each program. Going hand in hand with tuition, in terms of the scholarships Western offers. So Western offers automatic admission scholarships. These are the ones that students are automatically considered for when they apply. There's no separate application that's required. We also have our International President's Entrance Scholarships. There's 3 of these available at 50,000 Canadian, which is our highest valued scholarship. And we have 10 Western International Scholarships valued at 25,000 Canadian. Western has other ways to help you finance your degree. That could be through bursaries, through work experience. We do have on-campus work opportunities that students can apply for as well. In terms of the International President's Entrance, this does require a separate application. It's looking for strong academics, as well as involvement, leadership, and extracurriculars. So the application will ask these types of questions, will require an essay, and it does require a nomination from your school as well as a reference. The deadline for this is February 14th. Every high school is able to nominate up to 4 applicants. So just important if there is other students at your school who are looking to apply to coordinate with your school counselors in terms of those nominations. In terms of the applications, they are open now. And again, those are due by February 14th. For our admission scholarships, these are the ones that are automatic. They range in value from 2,500 to 8,000 Canadian. Anyone with a final average of 90% or higher will automatically receive one of these. Depending on your final average, the differing amounts are listed. It might be based on your admission average, if it's one of those top 250, or based on your final average, if it's one of the other 2. In terms of that top scholarship, it's 8,000 plus an additional 2,000 if you are coming from an international location, can be allocated towards your travel expenses. Western graduates have a 92% employment rate within 6 months of graduation. And in part, some of the great career counseling services are available in our faculty, but also in our career education center. So things like help with resume writing, cover letters, they'll do mock interviews with you. And we do host career, grad, and job fairs open to all students as well. We're really invested in seeing you succeed and want to make sure that you have those skills to enter the workforce upon graduation. When you come to Western, you become part of a pretty extensive community with over 344,000 alumni around the world from 154 countries. So this means wherever you decide to go next, you'll be pretty connected globally with other Western alumni. With that, I'd like to put up my contact information and some other resources if you're looking to sign up for a Western presentation, if you're looking to speak with some current students. We have all of those resources available. But I'm happy to take any questions. I know we've allotted some time now to be able to answer the questions you do have. So thanks so much for listening to a little bit about Western, and feel free to ask your questions.
Thank you, Kate. I mean, it was very informative and okay, great. So I think that's where we come to the end of the webinar. And as Ms. Kate has already mentioned, if you have any more questions, you can write to her, or you can even get in touch with Gyanberry, and we are here to help you guys. But I'm sure today's session we've covered all the points. Obviously, if you still have more questions and queries, please feel free to connect with us, and we'll be happy to help you and guide you. So thank you very much, all the students and parents who have attended the session today. And thank you, Ms. Kate, for
Thank you.
coming early morning to conduct this session.
Of course. Thanks so much for having me, and happy to answer any questions as needed throughout the process.
Great. Thank you so much. Have a great day, parents and students. And you too. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.